I want to show you guys something. I'm gonna give a few minutes for people to get into the room. We can talk all about this mess. All right, check this out here. I'm gonna try to move everything to the audio to the rear on the right side. To, let's see, like left 6, rear 14, 15. Okay, let's see what I can get going on with the radio. I see I got one in the room already. People, you can't imagine what I'm dealing with right now. It's impossible. Man, it's impossible to explain. I'll show you in a minute. I'm gonna give some people some time to get into the room for a second. Let's see what we got here. Okay, getting the audio set up. I'll explain what it's all about, people. You're not gonna believe it. You're not gonna want to believe it. You're gonna say it don't affect me. You're gonna say not my company. You're gonna say, what does this guy know what he's talking about? Just like always. And then you'll see what I'm talking about and you're gonna be like, there's no way. I was gonna name this video Hell and Ruination. Okay, I'm being for real, people. It's that bad. There is a new law that says that your AOBR whatever is gonna have to be changed over to what they call a real true ELD. I'm fixing to show you what a real true ELD does to you, okay? Idling right now, idling. Watch what I do. I'm idling. Low first, bottom left. Up one, up, straight up to the left. Second, down to third, idle. That's it. That's all you get. No more if you drive a mile, it'll kick in. No more if you drive 2 miles or mile and a half or whatever. No, people. 5 miles an hour it kicks in. You have to be doing 3.5 to 4 miles an hour to be able to be off duty in any way before it will kick in, or even on duty in any way. This is the kicker. You can be on duty and eat up your drive time just moving. Do you understand what I'm saying, people? So this guy, man, this guy. Let's see what I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to make a loop, trying to do a little something. So, understand when I say this. The same exact log that you have right now, when you get into company A, B, C, D, E, F, G, doesn't matter, the new law requires them to change your log, your computer. They're not telling you about this. You're gonna go in and surprise, we've got an update for you. They make it impossible. Now I've gotta move. Okay. Hold tight. Then he needs to wait. That's what's up. Let me go. You know what I'm saying? I'll get past you, but you can't be blocking me. I was already moving. So check it out. I've got to get set up for this door. I may break the clock from on duty to driving, doing this right here. We're gonna see. Let's see what we can't do. Now we're doing what makes sense. See, now I'm in my spot. You know. Yeah, he gave me the head nod, he knows. So yeah, so check this out. I'm going to, what they do this, this duck walk. You understand what I'm saying? This is bad, people. This is real bad. You're gonna see a lot of trucks doing 4 miles an hour across parking lots, just like this right here. Just kind of chilling, putting it in 4 miles an hour. Why is he going so slow, you might say? It's coming to you. So I'm telling you, don't get upset about it, people. Don't get mad that that driver's going 4 miles an hour in the truck stop parking lot. Don't get mad at him. We are all going to be doing this. As soon as you get to terminal A, B, C, D, E company, you know, it doesn't matter what company you're with, it's a federal mandate. They are changing your computer log so that if you're on duty and you break 4.5 and go into 5 miles an hour, it automatically goes to driving. From on duty, from off duty, doesn't matter, driving. You with me, people? I'm bringing it to you. I'm telling you about it. So, understand, this is coming to your world. It's definitely going to be something you're going to have to deal with. You know, I'm actually going to move and get over, but yeah, you're going to see a lot of trucks going super slow mode, man. It's going to be like slow mode in chat room when they put it on slow. So watch what I'm dealing with here. I can't go, you're not going to go more than an idle on 3rd gear, and if you go down a hill in any kind of sloped parking lot, you'll break your clock. You're welcome for me telling you 3 gears that you got. On idle, no gas. No gas. It ain't the first 3 gears, it's 5 miles an hour, so I understand. I should say no diesel. Keep your foot off the pedal. Enjoy. This is what your government brought to you. So now, instead of having some common sense about them and being able to move around, now, if you don't have PC miles, you'll have no option on that either. If you do have it, will it work? It all depends on how that company's got that set up. Listen to me, people. They have got it all messed up now. So, when you see trucks, whether it's yours or not, again, going 4 to 4.5 miles an hour in a truck stop near you, and they're holding you up, you can thank your government and what they did to us by implementing the new rule, okay? That's what's up. And you'll know that they've, hey brother, we're good. You'll know that they implemented the new rule and the new computer software in their truck. I'm gonna leave this on for a bit. I'm gonna run inside. I want to chat about this some more, okay? And give some time for some people to get into the room and stuff too. But I'm gonna run in. It's gonna take me a few minutes. I'll leave the radio playing. I'm coming back because I know I got stream, and I'll do some more explaining. But you can think what you want, but when you get to whatever company's terminal you're at, they are mandated by law that as they get them in, whether it's for training or whether it's for whatever reason, even if you just stop at that company, right? They don't have to plug up to your computer to do this, people. They're gonna shoot it right to you. They're probably doing it today. You may not even be at the terminal. You may just be shut down. And PeopleNet was completely down yesterday, but they're shooting you the new software, and you have to log out to go from the sleeper berth to off duty. That's the trick. Understand that. There's no other way. Or you'll be having to go on duty to go from the sleeper berth to the restroom, which is stupid. So you go from sleeper berth and log out, but it won't really log you out, but that's how you got to do it. The whole thing's ruination. I'm telling you. I'll be back. We'll talk some on this, and yeah, give some time for some people to get into the room. Tell them what I said if they kick in before I get back, you know. Fun times, man. They're ruining it all. I'll be right back.
Multiplers revolution.
Baby. This is America. Don't get you slipping now. Don't get you slipping now. Look what I'm flipping now. This is America. Don't get you slipping now. Don't get you slipping now. Look what I'm flipping now. This is America. Don't get you slipping now. Look how I'm living now. Police be tripping now. Yeah, this is America. Hey, come to my area. I got the strap. I got a carry 'em. Yeah, I'ma go into this. Yeah, this is gorilla. Yeah, I'ma go get the bag. Yeah, or I'ma get the bag. Yeah, I'm so cold like I'm so dull like we gon' blow like
What a deal. Man. Okay, so I gotta move down a couple of doors. I had a pretty good idea. This is not chill, is it? And I've got, let's see. Let me display. That's chill. Somebody's going crazy on the radio. So, man, what to say except it's coming to everybody's truck, and they're cutting down on PC miles. They're chopping them to nothing and making it so that they won't work. That everything is everything's messed up. It's going to eat up so much of your drive time. You will not be able to do what you did previously and make a living. I can assure you that. It's going to be different. It's going to be less money. It's going to be bad. So, and like I said, let's see. Let's see, this is door. So, that one. Oh, isn't that a pain? Isn't that wonderful? Now I'm set up. I'm going to turn around. I don't care. I can do it, man. I can turn around at 4 miles an hour. No worries, man. Oh boy. Welcome to trucking today. It's a nightmare. Just a nightmare. I'm not in any way trying to be like, I don't know, alarmist or anything like that, but yeah, it's jacked up. I ain't saying the sky is falling, but just like I said before, they did hit it with a sledgehammer. It's so messed up, man. So messed up. This is just stupid. So you're gonna see a lot of trucks. I mean, a lot of companies are doing it, and I think what it is they have to get you in to train you on the new macro of the computer, so they're doing them as they come in for their whatever safety meeting or whatever you want to call it. But they're doing it to everybody, every truck ever. It's a DOT mandate. This is not one company versus another company. I just talked to a driver, he hadn't had it done yet to his. It's gonna happen to everybody, and they only have so much time to do it, so they're gonna do it as fast as possible. They're not gonna tell you. They are not gonna tell you, or you would quit. They're not gonna tell you. So everybody out there is gonna be dealing with the same thing. And they're going to be putting anybody that's on paper logs, they're still trying to work on nailing them with it, but yeah, boy, this is unreal, man. So get used to 4.5 miles an hour, maybe 4 miles an hour, idling, not even touching the gas. So that's how it works. I'm showing you how it works, people. Don't believe me, think what you want, but this is the new way, and this is how it works. And you're gonna see a lot of people, like I said, in the truck stop, going to their parking spot doing this right here. 4 miles an hour. It doesn't matter that you're leased to a company, I'm leased to a company. Doesn't matter. Not even to mention the cameras and everything they're putting in people's trucks, which I've got a camera, but now forward facing. Anybody puts a rear facing camera you might as well just quit. See, this guy didn't even really see me on his radar because I was going slow. You know what I mean? He's not hooked up yet, but I told him about it. He said he appreciated me telling him about it, you know, and they're gonna get him too. They're gonna get every single truck out here, and they'll be training you on how to do the computer while they are putting it in your truck. Let old Zippy come by. Come on, Speedy. So, unless you drive a truck like this one, and then you can drive like that in the parking lot. But it's gonna tick them off. Why are the trucks going so slow, right? Well, welcome to the way it is now. Oh boy. There's no more on duty moving on yards. It's gonna eat up your drive time so bad, and if you forget and don't go from drive time to whatever, or if you already change a status, once you change a status, that's it. You can't change it again. Like, once you change status, I'm sorry, you can't do any type of annotations, changes to it. That's it. So if you ride your clock and go on driving the whole time because you just moved through the parking lot and went inside, I don't know that they can do it. You definitely can't change it. They're even saying now that those other computer logs, even though it's the same box, but the older software, they're saying that truly that's not even a ELD, electronic log device. They were calling it AOBRs or whatever. So whatever the difference is to them, or whatever they want to call it, or whatever, the new stuff is a lot worse. A lot worse. I gotta grab my doors. Let's see here. JD, let's see. Yeah, smile. Yeah. Gonna be some camera stuff. Hold tight. I gotta get my doors and get this worked out and we'll talk. Yeah, that's crazy. just trying to get this thing backed up real quick, and I will tell you more about the situation. So basically, if you have multiple stops in one city and it's less than however far, or even if, I mean, it used to be paper logs, you know, you could show multiple stops in a city, right? Because that only makes sense, just on duty. And just leave it on duty and make a little mark down there. Okay, I went from here to here. The miles match up later because you wasn't doing, but whatever, you know, 30 mile an hour. Not anymore. So it's gonna be anything more than 4 miles an hour goes automatically to driving. So if you're riding around in a parking lot and you go to driving and then you go park and you go chill or whatever, it's gonna stay driving for however long. I don't even know if it resets itself at this point. It's got an automatic thing. So let's say that you're a company driver, okay? Let's say that you drive your car into work. You get the tractor they assign to you and you're like, I'm gonna go over to the trailer with it and then I'm gonna show a pre-trip over there as long as the trailer's done. If not, I'll call them and say, hey, I'm not even gonna start my clock till whatever. Oh no, as soon as you move more than 4 miles an hour, 4.5, going into 5 miles an hour, it will automatically not just put you onto on duty, but it'll put you onto driving. And if you're logged out of that truck, you have to accept other people's miles even if they left them. So if someone else leaves miles on that truck, understand what I'm saying, that are unaccounted for, that they're riding around in the parking lot, or if a mechanic takes your truck for a test drive or moves it into parking lot, we're talking 5 miles an hour. Listen, you go into the shop and you log your truck into Freightliner and you log out of it, but that guy goes and picks it up in the parking lot. Do you think he's gonna do 4 miles an hour to get into the shop? Hell no. He's gonna romp on it and he's going to easily do 15 miles an hour, easily. So that's unaccounted for miles. First, you have to accept those miles before they can even fix it. If you make an exception, it doesn't matter. Here's the problem. That makes your 14-hour clock start. And even if you're off duty, it makes you go back onto on duty. So you got your truck in the shop, you're upstairs chilling, and he's breaking your clock. You get what I'm saying, people? Are you catching on here? It's an avalanche of problems. There's several different reasons it's bad, and no mechanic is going to want to do or will do that under 5 miles an hour. But then let's just say you logged off the device. He's got the keys to the truck, and then he takes it into the shop. At that point, when you log back in, it's going to say there are unaccounted for miles, and you have to approve them before your company can fix it. And so that puts you, even if you was on a 34 and you use it 33 hours, it'll break your 34-hour clock. And your company's not even going to be inclined to fix it. And if it's a weekend or if it's nighttime, there won't. And you're going to be running illegal, running the risk of getting a ticket till they fix it. Or if you're so worried about running illegal that you don't, then you can't make your delivery appointment time, can't make your money, can't do anything. Can't get where you're trying to get home, whatever. It doesn't matter. Doesn't even matter. So the way they got it set up is you got to log out every time just to go from your sleeper to a restroom if you're doing a 34. They're sending it to you, people. You know, you will see. Mark my words, this is a government handout law. It's a hours of service law that they have to have this type of software. And if you don't have that kind of software, you're fixing to find out that the computer log that you had before is one of the ones that is no longer accepted by the DOT. See, everybody ran the risk of that when they were saying you got to buy a computer log. Okay, I'll buy X you know, brand or Y brand of computer log. Okay, fine. Well, now you're going to find out that those are illegal because there's this new law that says you can't go over so many miles an hour, and you've got, I don't know how much time you have to fix your type of log. Let's see, I believe I'm good back there. Yeah, I don't know how much time you have to fix your type of computer device, logging device, or get a new one or upgrade, but this is for everybody. They all have to meet the exact standard. They all have to, anything more than 5 miles an hour goes automatically to driving, not just on duty. Any unaccounted for miles, you have to accept if the last person just left them on there until they change it, even if it was a mechanic. So let's say that a driver, slip seat trucks at a company, let's say that you're at a company and you get into a truck and a driver got out of that truck and either left for the day or he quit, or, you know, for whatever reason, it's just his shift's over, whatever, and it's your turn. You then inherit, you inherit his mistakes, all of them. Even if you're just now logging into that computer, whoever was logged in before, it could be a mechanic that's driving that truck around and testing it in the parking lot, doing, you know, 45 in a parking lot, or they could take it down the road. Doesn't matter. You inherit that because it has to be accounted for. All miles have to be accounted for. That's another thing. It's a disaster. If anybody wants to say anything, go ahead and say it, man. I'm just trying to get this load delivered, grab a couple more. Look, it's real bad. I don't know what to say. It's just it really is that bad. Because there's no reason we shouldn't be able to go on duty at a place and move around from dock to dock at 10 miles an hour or 15 miles an hour. Usually yard speeds are about 15. The yard man's gonna be doing 25. It's gonna really make some yard men upset till they figure out what's going on. So you're gonna wind up with a lot of drivers just about getting in fights. You're gonna wind up with a lot of stress. You're gonna wind up with a lot of people breaking their clocks when all they wanted to do was drive bobtail up to the restroom at the truck stop or whatever. And then there's gonna be the ones behind the ones that are driving slow in the parking lot, laying on the horns and all this stuff, causing all kinds of ruckus. It's gonna be a mess. It's gonna cause hate and division between a lot of people that there should not be any type of hate and division through. So I'm telling you the word now, spread the word and tell everybody. When you see somebody creeping across the parking lot doing 4 miles an hour, it's because it'll break his clock if he doesn't, and we're all going to be there, all of us. If you don't have an engine that's in a glider kit, you know, or if you have an older truck that's the whole thing is full on older truck, and then they'll get you too. So the new law says that miles have to be accounted for, all this stuff, you know, and that guy don't have it yet either. He will. They all will. They're gonna make it so nobody wants to drive a truck. They're gonna make it so hard. I mean, look, let me ask you this. Do you think that a congressman or a senator has to get a bathroom pass to go to the bathroom? You think that they have to have permission, you know what I mean, to take a break? This is gonna push us working harder but having less miles to be able to drive, because you can't imagine how many miles are gonna accrue just for your parking lot stuff, because it's not per mile that you're losing, it's your drive time per minute. 60 minutes in an hour, you're gonna lose at least an hour to 2 hours a week drive time. So write down, you're gonna lose an hour to 2 hours a week. Find out if you drive 65 miles an hour, that's 120 miles, that's $120 less a week. Are you with me now, people? Go ahead and do the math. Beat me up about it, say what you want. I'm just gonna sit back and let people make comments. It is what it is. I put what's going on. I gave you the case for being against it, the reason I don't like it, and what's going to happen to you. Whether you believe it or not, it's a government mandated law. You fall under it no matter who you work for or are leased to. And it's bad when you get it, and it's a new learning curve. Even if it looks the same, it's different. You're going to have to buy a new EOBR if you don't have that type of, ELD. All right, so J-Man, a Giants fan. Hey, buddy. Yeah, so you know what? J-Man, they're ruining this profession. So what did the Teamsters say? I'm going to tell you what they're probably going to say. They're going to tell their people that work for the Teamsters, they're probably going to tell those drivers, suck it up and make less money. Enjoy. Because it is a law. And they just, they make money, and they're going, oh, well, there's going to be later loads, less freight hauled. Oh, it's going to do a lot across the board. If you lost 2 hours a day, 2 hours a week per driver, drive time, and then, or more when they make mistakes. So at first, you're going to lose 4 to 5 hours a week because you ain't going to be able to manage it as well. You're going to be hawking that computer. It's going to be now, your new job is to hawk that computer 24/7. I'm not going to let this guy photobomb me here. Look, that's your view if I can get it right. So, man, I had it set up and then some dude wants to walk by. Anyway, let me see what I can do. Look, like I was saying, drop this down again, but I had it set up. It would work good for a little break. There we go. Okay, so look, right about there. All right, so people, there's going to be less loads hauled. Oh, it's a Facebook. Right. As if anybody is interested in that. Yeah, it's just gonna be bad. It's messing with me now, already. So it's more than just a learning curve. But the thing is, you don't have to annotate, or what do you call it? I'm sorry, I'm using the wrong word. You don't have to type in now on a computer log. You don't have to put in type in pre-trip or type in post-trip or whatever. You just use the macro for it, and it does it automatically. So it goes on duty. So you're going to spend less time trying to type words, except explaining why you're late. Oh yeah, good times. So, and explaining to people why you can only drive 4 miles an hour. It's going to be some stuff, and the mechanics are going to break the clocks of all these drivers, and it's going to take so much more time for companies. They're going to be backed up on fixing logs that you're just going to lose hours, and at some point you're going to be like, well, I ain't got time to even call in because they ain't going to answer anyway because they're busy. So you're just going to eat those hours. Do you get what I'm saying? It could be the last person that was in the truck's hours. It could be the mechanic driving through the parking lot's hours, testing the truck. It could be, it goes by motion. So let's say they hook it to a wrecker. All miles have to be accounted for now. Those are your miles. Let's say they just had that thing towed in and it's a new truck, but they've already got the computer in it. They bought it. They had to have it moved to another location to get to you. You eat those hours until such time as they can fix them. If they got nobody to fix them till whatever, you run the risk of getting a ticket if you go across the DOT scale. People, you're gonna be eating some hours. So you'll find out. You'll find out. Anyone want to say anything, man? I'm just gonna sit back and chill. I'm gonna have this cigar. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna tell y'all it's bad, and I'm going to have to spend 24 hours a day micromanaging my damn log now, simply because of what they did. It's going to be a full-time job. So if I'm either stressed out or doing less lives or whatever, or you know, showing it in the parking lot, people going by slow, yeah, it's across the board. I'll guarantee you that every company out there has probably already pulled in, because they only have so much time to do it, and they have X amount of trucks. Every company out there has probably pulled in at least 40, maybe 60 of their trucks and changed them over to this new law. So it's a new law, people. It's not just a company rule or this or that. It's a new law. And if your ELD is not compliant, you'll have to buy another ELD. You know what I mean? This will go up as a video. I'll put it up there. We'll find out in about 30 minutes if I'm getting emptied out or not. And at this point, you know, like I said, that's crazy that you can't even move your truck at all. Let's see. Yes, you do. You have to purchase the new equipment too, correct? Yeah. How much for the whole thing? I don't think that these little cheapo computer logs that people bought into that were not able to change up software are going to be able to be rebooted or this or that. They may say if you trade yours in within so many days, we'll give you an updated version with our company. They may not even be in the business of going forward at this point and having that software that's compliant. Some of them will be just drop off the planet and not do business anymore. Some of them will say, okay, well, we'll buy that software and put it in our box and sell it as our brand. Somebody's going to have the licensing for some software like that that's going to be for everybody. Nobody's going to want to wait, because you have to hurry it up and be compliant. So you can't wait on your favorite. Okay, if Coca-Cola and Pepsi both had to start making stuff that tasted like cherry, right? And Coca-Cola comes out first. You're not going to have time to wait, even though you like Pepsi, because it's a law that you have to have it. You're like, no, I need this now. People are going to be last minute, but it's the new law, and it's, if you have a computer log, it has to be compliant to that standard. That is the standard. If your device you have now does not meet your standard, you just lost money buying that device. When I got into trucking, a trucker friend told me, don't do it, you'll never get out. That's how it works. Yeah, pretty much. It's a California Hotel California. So we're, like I said, this is new to me. When I say this is new to me, that's why I couldn't do a live and didn't have time to mess with it going into yesterday. That's how new it is. You'll find out, people. You will absolutely see that I'm telling you the truth. I got no reason to lie to you. If it was good, I'd tell you it's great. It's not. It's not even close. So you can't even move a truck 5 feet, because in 5 feet you could be doing 5 miles an hour easily. Your shop mechanic is going to put a bunch of miles on there. You're going to have to accept on that computer until they can fix it. First you have to accept them, and then you can put, but I choose not, or have an exception or something or whatever, but it still will, and it'll break your clock here. Let's see, he was wrong. Now I have a Master of Science degree, so I say praise the Lord for his mercy and endure forever. Oh, that's awesome. So you got bailed out of trucking. Yeah, well, you know, well, at this point, I think a lot of people are going to go out and get different degrees and decide to do different things, because it's, like I said, it's going to be where you can't even move the vehicle. You know, somebody says you can't park there, you got to go over there, and that place over there is down a road. Are you going to do 4 miles an hour on the road? A lot of people will. J-Man the fan, Giants fan, but learn to code. That's hilarious, and I know what you're talking about. That's hilarious. Sorry, I had to say it. No, that's great. Learn to code. That's hilarious because they put up that thing that said, you know, you should learn to code or whatever, and then they were talking about that person wasn't gonna have a job and they could learn to code. I know exactly what you're talking about. That is hilarious. Yeah, all of the people that used to be working for that news media thing that got fired, yeah, they need to learn to code too, right? So, is anything too hard for the Lord Jesus? Okay, the answer to that question is no. Okay, and maybe it will tighten up shippers, and it could be something that in the end catches up. But right now, and there's companies out there that don't have ELDs, that they have the older trucks and stuff. Right now, it's going to make them make more money and make us like make less money. Preach, tell me preach. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So this, to me, I can't get my head wrapped around it, because how can you say that it's legal for someone with a paper log to be able to make multiple stops in a city? It's still a law, right? That you can make multiple stops in a city and just show it on duty if they're within the same city. However, now, if you have a computer log, it automatically goes into driving at more than 4.5 miles an hour, right at 5. I mean, right at, I've tested it. I broke my clock this morning. No lie, not even trying. Barely 6 miles an hour, if that. And what your computer registers as speed is different than what your than what your speedometer on the dash there tells you. I gotta plug this thing up, my battery's dying. If I lose power or lose signal or something funky, I'll just let it up as a video, whatever. But I wanted to put this word out there. Everybody's computer log has to change by law. Everybody's. It's not your company. It's a DOT, whatever you want to call it, FMCSA mandate. So, let's see, I missed a couple comments here. It's, let's see. Endure hardness as a good soldier of Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm gonna work on it. I'm not saying I'm his best soldier, but I'm in the Army anyways. I'm the guy that peels potatoes all the time. Let's see. It's all logistics. It's not for you, it's for them. Yeah, it's something. Truckers are the lifeline and backbone of America. Too much red tape. Yeah, way too much red tape. God bless you, trucker. I appreciate that, Tommy and Tim. There's rough roads ahead. They'll find out, and here's the thing too. If you're in a backup, you used to be able to hit on duty and like just kind of crawl through the backup doing about, say, 15 miles an hour or whatever, and then, you know, whatever. You will no longer be able to do that. You're automatically in drive. It is going to eat up your drive time. Any kind of backup, that's all there is to it. There's no more of, you know, and you're going to have to, like I said, you're going to be eating other people's miles, and if they can't fix it, or we don't have time to fix it, or whatever, it's eating up your money and your wallet, your 70-hour clock, with other people's crap that they leave on the computers if you slip seat. I don't slip seat. I'm telling you ahead of time. I'm trying to cover everybody, you know what I mean, by putting this out. And if you're an owner operator and you have your own authority and you're like, well, I've already got computer logs in these trucks, and you know, I've already got 7 trucks or whatever, or even if you have 1, and I bought that computer log and it goes through my cell phone, it's got here and this or whatever. If the software does not change over at 5 miles an hour, it's a new law. Guess what, people? Heads up, you got to buy a new device. I'm telling you, I don't think that other than something like a Qualcomm, even if it's up to snuff, I don't know, or PeopleNet, or that plug drive thing or whatever, drive time, unless they have the software, you're buying a new piece of equipment, the whole thing. Because unless you're hooked up with satellite where they can send you that update and it won't take you 3 or 5 hours, and then you're losing time getting an update. You're sitting there at a truck stop trying to update your equipment. You people are going to find out real quick. Like I said, nightmare material, man. It's that bad. You can't even move out of a parking spot. And if the police say you can't park here, you can't even move, you know, across the street. You're gonna be crossing streets doing 4 miles an hour? Try to cross a roadway doing 4 miles an hour. It can't be done. It takes you at your highest speed and your most power, like 17, 18 seconds to cross out of an intersection, to cross over, I mean, with a truck. You know, there's gonna be run-unders. People gonna be just creeping slow. I'm telling you, there's gonna be some slow-moving trucks, 4 miles an hour. There's gonna be a lot more of them stopping on the side of the interstate. There's all of these things, y'all have no idea. You have no idea. It's gonna be kind of like, I don't know, there's some kind of a Mario video game where like these things float across clouds like they're blimps or something. I don't know where I saw that. It's gonna be like that. Trucks are just gonna be creeping slow. Let's see, go on strike. Buy another truck and lease it somewhere else. You know what I mean? An older truck without the computer log in it, and run that until that rule runs out. You know what I mean? That's an option. That is an option. Let's see. How about every truck just does 4 miles an hour for a week? That's the greatest comment ever. Thank you so much. I would, why? See, I'm so stressed out about what I had to do this morning to get going and what happened to me. My sense of humor and my thoughts and everything is out the window. I needed that comment, brother. I appreciate that. I'm gonna read that again. J-Man, the Giants fan, he put, how about every truck just does 4 miles an hour for a week? That would be great. Yeah, and all the trucks behind them, even if they're faster, they'll be going that slow too. You want to see it shut down? You wanna see yeah, boy. So there's a whole lot of this mess, man. And this guy, I don't know if he's about to hit me. You better get over that way. Yo. What are you doing? What are you doing? Dude. You gonna hit me, man. You can't do that. I can't let you hit me, man. Yo. You can't do that. Man, this guy, oh my God. People, and I'll be stuck here if I get hit. I'm telling you, your clocks are just, everything's just going. Ooh, watch out for XPO. They just put anybody in whatever, you know. Oh my gosh. With the door open, backing up. Yeah, boy. Dealing with it, man. You know. Thank you, everybody, for showing up to my nightmare. Just saying, welcome to it. Good times. Like, you can't go that fast, by the way. It'll break your computer log. He's not on it yet. Gotta get back to work. I just know you. Oh, just know you're appreciated, brother. Talk soon. Yeah, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, J-Man. I do feel appreciated, you know, and I know y'all are showing up. And I understand some of this is not even, it's trucker specific is everything, you know, but listen, if you work at company A, B, C, D, E, F, or G, right, and you go into work every day and y'all have a dock because you make widgets and Watsons, right, and your truck is not on time, and it's like he was always doing this and always, you know, on time, and we don't have a problem getting deliveries, and you start having a problem getting deliveries and start having problems shipping your freight on time. This is part of it. This is what's going on, you know. This is real, so it does affect you too. So I appreciate you showing up. You'll be able to tell your boss, hey, they're messing with the drivers, and it's going to get harder, and there's going to be a lot of them that's going to quit. And even if that load is loaded and it's sitting on some yard and some driver's supposed to pick it up, and he's like, you know what, piss on that, I quit, right? there's going to be a lot of that, and that affects your freight also, because your freight then is sitting on some yard somewhere and they got nobody to cover it. Let's see, do you think this will start out strict and then relax maybe after a bit? No, this is about the drive time of what they're doing and the computer and how it works, and that everybody's going to have to buy a whole nother ELD, because they're even saying that those weren't ELDs. Those were AOBRs, right? Trying to make it like it's a different term. They were computer logs, same as anything else. They are now non-compliant. So you got to buy a new device again, people. Again. Another minimum of 150, 200 bucks for it to be up to date. And they're not going to send you a software update for free. You're going to have to pay for that even if they could update it. What's going to happen is there's so many people out there that believed in their, Diet Coke or Pepsi one or whatever, when they're going to say, no, that one doesn't make you go to driving automatically if you're going 4.5, 5 miles an hour. So they're going to have to get new software that's compliant. And they're not going to provide it for these little plug in the dash little crappy ones. You know what I'm saying? They're just not. You'll see. I hate it. That's all I can say is I hate it. I don't hate it because it's new. I don't hate it because there's any kind of a learning curve. I'm intelligent enough. There's a lot of people that are having a hard time. And some people are like, I'm not computer savvy, and they're having a real hard time. A lot of people retired because this was happening a long time back. More people are going to retire when this gets them, and they're going to be like, how can they make any money? I'm gonna work it to the nth degree, and I'm gonna see what happens. But I'm looking at glider kit, something that's got make some sense about it. Too much hassle having to send in messages and beg for your hours back because a mechanic rode across the parking lot, and then they say, well, I can't fix it till whatever, but you can't leave now because it'll look like you're illegal, so you have to stay until the morning anyways. Companies are going to make you shut down a lot of different days that you don't want to shut down, because they'll say it shows you don't have hours and you could get a ticket, and we're not going to do that, so you got to shut down for a whole nother night until the person that's able to change logs in safety or whatever comes back tomorrow. And what if you drive at night? There's not a department usually at night to change computer logs at a company. So you're off duty showing a 30-minute break, your truck's in the shop, you see that truck come whizzing across the parking lot, that's your hours and that's your money he's using right there, and you eat it. You eat it. I ain't lied to you yet, people. It's coming to every single truck. It is a new DOT guideline, and there's a few more things in there with it. Anytime something happens, a shutdown engine, all this other stuff, it's now showing up in your log, your actual log, your duty status. It will be automatic duty status changes in your log, not on the graph. It will be notated in your log. They don't have to go into diagnostics. They don't have to go into anything else. It shows up as an event. So you hit all the events, it shows up that your truck shut down. It shows up that you did a regen and you had whatever kind of a fault code, and then it says that it cleared. You would not believe the stuff that it shows now on your log itself. Like you used to write pre-trip, you used to write post-trip, and then you'd write lunch break, and then maybe you took on a tire. So tire change, or whatever. And fuel, and you bought fuel, so you write fuel. Now it's all of those things plus engine shutdown. If you had a hard braking event, all of these things show up. in your log itself as comments. So, you know, they see something that shows up as brakes, they're going to pick it up on the pole outside the truck stop and run you around back and inspect your truck. Then you're dealing with an inspection, all because you had to stop hard because a car cut you off. There's a lot to the new software. I can't even get into all of it. I know I'm missing some. I just wanted to bring up the highlights that I hate. And like I said, it's Ruination. It's going to make you spend more time dealing with the computer log and babysitting the damn thing and make sure it's in its right status or its right mind than you will spend driving. You are now going to become a slave to the computer log. You'll see what I'm talking about. You won't have a second to waste. Not 1 second. You'll think twice about stopping for a lunch break at a place that's going to hold you up. It's that bad. Like I said, and you know it's going to get you sometime in the day where a backup and you go on duty and you go more than 4 miles an hour, you're stuck. There's no off duty. There's none of that. No more. No more on duty, no more off duty. It's all drive time. It's going to eat your drive time up. Everybody understands the drive time. The 14-hour clock, they're like, oh, I can deal with it. This is all drive time, and that's the one line that they cannot ever edit. They're not supposed to be able to edit drive time. So it's going to put more of your time on drive time, and they can't edit it. So anyways, for the non-truckers out there, I'm going to quit talking about this, and I'm going to let you guys listen to some tunes, and you can talk about what you want. And like I said, I'll try to think of something happy. I don't know what else to say. There's been some hard changes, man. It's hard to deal with. I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, but I got to put that info out there so people understand exactly what it's going to do to their truck. Get ready for it. Next time you get into wherever your terminal is and they can show you how to do it, you're next. We're all in it together. So, yeah. I gotta move some stuff around here. I won't even have time for, like I said, the lives. I'm gonna be hawking. I'll do what I can, but I'm gonna be hawking my computer log all the time to see did it go into something and reset it, and then calling in and having them edit what I can. Just get something to. I don't think I have any more. It's a Superman stop. Got my cooler. Well, got waters here. It's one of those deals. No, here we go. That's where I put it. Okay. Let's get this worked out. All right. Let's. Crazy, crazy. Gosh. There's another one. Good. All that. Good. I'll be right back with you people. I'm throwing together a lunch, if you call it that. Who's got the time anymore, you know what I'm saying? When they to even put together a lunch, you have to have the time to put together the lunch. Man, let's see if they're done. Oh, they are done too. That's nice. Yeah, I ought to go 4 miles an hour across the parking lot just because I can when I get out of here. Let's see here. Did I miss anything here? Okay, no. Yeah, so I've got some kind of a lunch put together because I have a can of tuna. And I gotta get my can opener, but that, I got a couple of cookies. I've got, let's see here, mayonnaise and relish. If I can find my crackers, I'll make some kind of a little throw together tuna salad thing, man. I gotta get going now. Good thing is they got me knocked out because I got limited time. Let's see what we got. It's 2 before now or no. Let's see. See, I'm a slave to this mess. It's crap. Let me just send that. It's ridiculous, man. Took that off. What is this? What is this now? Okay, whatever that's about. Yeah, that's crazy. Send this here. So, wait a second, back. This guy's probably fixing to hit this dude next to me, man. I don't know. Maybe he'll make it. Alright, so I'm gonna hop out and I'm gonna go see if I can't get my bills, and I'm gonna get riding. I think I'll creep across the parking lot just to show it, just to prove the point. It's ridiculous. They're gonna have, man, there's gonna be people fighting in the truck stop, for real. I'm just saying, as if they don't already. only show it to him now though. Yeah, so this is craziness. Yeah, so just for it's ridiculous. Grab another beer. So, welcome to my world. I've got a question. I wonder if anybody knows what people who work on the dock, but they go in hostel trailers or whatever for a few hours, and then they drive for a few hours for those companies like AAA Cooper is a big one that does that. They'll have people work on the dock so many hours and then whatever. They're assigned a truck. They can't even make it to the end of the dock. They're gonna have to put those people that run, if it's 5 miles an hour, I wonder if they're gonna put it on yard dogs, like yard tractors, that they also run LTL freight, but a lot of the day they're moving trailers back and forth, right? So then their boss says, hey, can you move this trailer for me? And they're like, no, I can't, because you got me moving a bunch of trailers. I'll maybe break my clock over 5 miles an hour. You see what I'm saying, people? It's worse than I can describe for a whole lot of companies. There's a whole lot of companies that, and people that are going to have to pay for new computer logs because their other computer log is not compliant with the new rule. So I wish I had a list or a link. I'll put a link up whenever I'm done to all of the ELDs that are compliant, and maybe you could check and see if yours is. That's about all I got for you. It's crazy. So I'm gonna pull up over here. I'm gonna stop for a second. I'm gonna end this and make it a video. I wanted to put this out here so you understand it's not your company, and if you quit your company and go to another place, it may or may not be any different. It's a new hours of service mandate. 5 miles an hour breaks the clock. That's all I got for you people. Y'all stay safe and we'll get out there and just drive slow, my friends. I don't know what else to say.